Hola, this is Alex. Welcome back to my channel. And this is the end of week 12 on Wegovy, which is obviously the end of the third month. So I'm going to do a little bit of a review today, before and after. First, I'm going to give you the measurements, the weighs and things. I've written it down because I didn't think I'd remember it all. So in 12 weeks, I've gone from 19 stone 5 to 17 stone 1.5, which is a loss of 31.5 pounds, or 2 stone 3.5 pounds, or 14 kilograms in 12 weeks. So I'm really pleased with that. So I've gone down from 271 pounds to 239.5. I'm really pleased with that. I am. I know all the time I say I'd rather more, but actually I think that's a really steady amount and it's significant, and I'm thrilled. And if it goes on like that, the last week I lost another 2.5 pounds, which means for the last 4 weeks, 3 of the last 4 weeks I've lost 2.5 pounds each week. So I think that seems to be my norm. That's my level, and if I can do that every week, then that's brilliant. Altogether, so the first month I lost 15 pounds, the second month I lost 7.5 pounds, and this month I've lost 9 pounds. So pleased, really pleased. And then you can really see it. So I'm going to now show a couple of videos. The first one was taken on the day I started, which was the 29th of July. I didn't think I'd ever show this video. I remember looking at it and thinking, just being horrified, because you never look at yourself full length, and this was really confronting. And you can see every little, anyway. So I didn't think I'd ever show it, but I am showing it now because it's good to see the now, if you like, the one I took this morning. And actually the one I took this morning was where I thought I was. If you'd have asked me to draw a picture on the first day, that how big I am now is how big I thought I was then. So it's quite frightening. Yes, so the one on the left obviously is before, and the one on the right is after, and I'm really pleased with how much difference you can see, not just in the weight loss, but how I think I hold myself differently. I certainly feel emotionally differently. So yes, that's my before and after. So currently I'm on 1 milligram. So I should be going up now this month to 1.7 if I followed the normal recommended thing, but I've decided to stay on 1 milligram. As you know, I stockpiled it, so I have that till Christmas, and I'm quite pleased to stick at that. In fact, last week at the end of the last dose, I'd heard about this magic dose. I don't know if everybody's heard of that, and it basically means that in the pen there's the 4 doses, but there's always a little bit extra. And my friend who's on Monjaro, Susan, she's found that there's actually quite a considerable amount, and I don't know if she said it was half a dose more or a full dose, but she's certainly getting more out of it than the 4 weeks. I think she said she's getting almost 5 weeks out of it. So I had a look at mine, and with the clicks, there were 75 clicks per dose, and there was only 11 clicks more, so it wasn't anything significant. So what I decided to do, I thought, I'm not checking that out, I can't save it, so I gave it to myself at the same time, and I did suffer more side effects from it, definitely. That nausea that we talk about, and I've described it as mild car sickness, or maybe I've heard people say that it's like morning sickness. Well, to me this time it was so severe. I actually felt more like a vertigo, like the start of vertigo. I had vertigo once, and it was so debilitating, and you couldn't move, you couldn't sit, you couldn't lie. There was this nausea all the time, every slightest little movement. It wasn't that bad, but it felt like it was the start of it. It only lasted about a day and a half. I ate very little that day, but I think it was because of that dose. So thinking now that the following week I would have been taking 1.7, which was more than I would have had last week, then I think that I've probably done the right thing. Don't know how much of it was psychological, but it certainly did affect me that a little bit extra. So I'm happy. I'm sticking at 1. It's still a hefty dose, really. I know a lot of people are sticking at much lower. I'm sticking at 1. It's saving me a lot of money, and that's what I'm going to be doing going forward. And going forward, I think I've learned that I have brought so much baggage with me, you know, the dieting baggage I've talked about before. And I do think that going forward now, hopefully that's going to start disappearing, because it's definitely better this week. I'm accepting more. I'm trying to not overthink. Well, I'm not trying to. I'm just actually not overthinking as much. It might just be that it's a good day, and if I have anything happen next week, then it might all come back again. But for the time being, I feel like I'm accepting more my current norm and my, you know, what life is like on this drug. I do think that I'm going to have to be on it forever. I can't imagine ever being able to come off it. I don't know. And we'll have to wait and see. As long as I can take it, I will. I don't know if there are any health implications yet. I'll be having my liver consultation not for another 6 months. I won't be having blood tests for another 4 or 5 months to see if it's had any negative effects on my liver or anything like that. But I don't feel any negative effects at the moment, only positive. But going forward, who knows? I'm just going to think about it in a positive light going forward. And that's it, really. I don't really have much more to say today. Oh, one other thing on a good note is that I've actually ordered an exercise bike, because I do still worry that I'm not getting enough exercise. I'm starting to get a lot of the skin, which I know won't be affected. I'm getting more and more of this. I know that won't be affected by exercise, but I do think that the muscle mass obviously is going to be a problem as I go forward. So I've ordered an exercise bike. I hope it doesn't end up just sitting on the bloody veranda with the rain pouring down on it. But we'll see. And yeah, that's everything. I hope everybody's doing well. Please let me know how you're doing. Was there a point where you felt more accepting of your new life and everything? Because I do feel that that's probably how I'm feeling at the moment. I think the 3-month mark was a something to hit, you know. I think that I think it's nice to have these things. I'm now 17 stone 1.5, as I say, so the next big milestone for me is going under 17 and seeing a 16, and it's onwards and upwards. Good luck with everything. Please leave your comments, please like and subscribe, and I will be back. I probably won't keep doing one video a week. I think I'm probably going to do one every 2 weeks for the time being, and maybe even at some point maybe do one every month, because I think now that I've worked through, there's not an awful lot. Well, not that there's not an awful lot to say, but I don't expect huge changes other than weight, hopefully. So I'm going to do a video every 2 weeks for the time being, and then we'll see where we go. Okay, well, have a great week, or have a great fortnight, and I shall speak to you soon.